live debate. IntelligenceSquared.com.
This interest in menhirs, this interest in these levees, where did all this come from? Can you go back maybe to an earlier time where this kind of an obsession took hold of you?
Well, I wouldn't call it an obsession because that would be a wrong description of myself, to be obsessive. I'm not. I'm just very calm, and I'm trying to be a thinking man. And people always think, this madman and this obsessed, and he must be insane.
I didn't mean
I know,
like that.
but I know what's out there. I know all the doppelgangers out there, and I have to say, I'm the only one probably in southern England who is clinically sane. So,
one example.
All right, yeah. No, but how can I describe it? It in a way, it possibly dated back to my childhood, which I spent in a very remote mountain village in Bavaria.
You moved when you were 3-4 days old?
No, I was 10 or 14 days old, and bombs hit Munich, and my mother fled because a bomb had hit right next to our place.
And then you went to this tiny town of Sachrang.
Sachrang, yeah, which is not even a town, it's a tiny village, and there was a farmhouse outside of Sachrang, and that's where I grew up. And of course, I had no idea of the world outside. As you know, I had never seen cinema until I was 11. I didn't even know that cinema existed. And as children, we had nothing. I mean, we were always very hungry. That was one side, but it didn't really matter. It mattered to the mothers. It was very, very hard for the mother to not be able to feed the children. But we had no toys, and we had no games, and we had to invent games.
And you found toys.
Yeah, well, found toys, I wouldn't call it toys. We found weapons, we found live ammunition and bazookas and things like this. And
because you've spoken about that moment in time as a happy moment in some ways.
It was a very happy, very wonderful childhood with my brothers and other refugee children and farm children around, and we were a gang of 14, actually 13 and one girl. She was always with us, and she was the rowdiest and the most ferociously independent and courageous of us all. And and of course I dreamt of shooting a crow, because I had seen road workers who had shot a crow. Nobody had anything to eat, and they plucked the feathers and they cooked it. And there was on the top of this soup, there was, as we called it, eyes of fat floating, which was sensational. And we were hungry, and I wanted to shoot a crow, but I never managed. The submachine gun was too unruly. But